Oh, hello everyone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The last time I did this, about a year ago, when I spoke on the Champions page, I completely botched the technology part of things. I was late. I'm never late. It drove me crazy. So I am here. It's AMQ, and I see y'all are popping on too. That's great news. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel like I didn't do anything wrong this time. So I will first introduce myself. So my name is AMQ. Yes, it is a long name, Amanda-Marie Quintino, and my friends, my team, those who know me know that I go by AMQ. It's just easier. So hello, I'm AMQ. I am a 2021 elite coach. I actually just got that in the mail, the orb on top. What a cool feeling getting that and putting that at the top. I'm the proud founder of Good Vibes Wellness. I am a 6-star diamond coach. But you know what? All that stuff is amazing, and our team has worked hard to get there. But we got there by being extremely intentional about who we are, what we represent, and what that looks like when you're presenting yourself on social media to your audience. So I will get right into how to attract your ideal client and or coach by sharing your story and being relatable. And before I say anything, I just want all of you to know, I want to give you a little reminder that you matter, okay? You matter. The world is a better place with you in it. Your story matters. And there is someone, in fact, many someones out there that need to hear the world according to you. They need to hear your opinions. They need to hear your perspective. They just need to hear your voice, okay? It's important for me for you to know that. It's important for me that you know that your story matters, because what I'm about to cover means nothing if you don't truly believe that your story matters, okay? You are you, and that is your superpower. And some may say that pointing is rude. I am making a point. I am pointing because I am making a point. You are you, and that is your superpower, okay? I'm gonna just give everyone a warning here. I don't see any comments. So actually that's probably for the best. Keeps me as focused as humanly possible. So you are you, and that is your superpower. I want you to think about what got you here, okay? You can be however literal you want to be. What got you to the Beachbody Champions page? What got you to Beachbody in the first place? What got you to become a coach? But truly, what got you here? What got you to Beachbody, okay? I want you to think of who you were before Beachbody, right? Think of how you felt. Think of everything that was running through your head and heart during that time, right before Beachbody. And then think of the person you were right when you were ready to say yes to starting your wellness journey, to say yes to becoming a coach. What was it like for you? How did you feel? What kind of human were you? What qualities did you possess? Who were you when you said yes to this? The reason I want you to think about that is because I want you to make an effort to speak to that person, to that human, the human who was ready, the human who had all of the things to say and wanted to dive right in to becoming your best self, The reason I say this is that often I find that we forget where we came from, right? And I think this is true to life in general. You forget where you came from. And sometimes we get so caught up in all of it, right? So caught up in the Success Club numbers, the road to elite, getting the cool little orb at the top of your little trophy. We get really, really caught up with all of that stuff. And at the end of the day, we forget why we're really here and what got us here. So I want you to really think about that person you were, that human you were when you were ready to go all in. And then I want you to speak to that human, okay? What do I mean by that? AMQ, what do you mean? I mean that when you're crafting a post, right? You're drafting and crafting. That's what I call it. When you're drafting and crafting a post, you are thinking of speaking right at you. Insert how long. For me, I've been a coach 5+ years. So when I'm thinking of writing a post, a real, raw, honest post, I'm directing it at the kind of human that I was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was an overwhelmed, overweight, overworked travel sales manager. I was literally living out of a suitcase, popping from one hotel to another, living through time zones, just going from one time zone to another. And I was exhausted. And I remember just thinking, there has to be something more than this. I had always been active. I was a competitive gymnast. And no matter what I did, I just couldn't release the weight. And I had a couple of bouts with eating disorders, and I just wanted something sustainable. So when I'm writing my post now, I think of that human and I speak to her or him, because I really want people to feel themselves in me, okay? Now, when you really, really, really get down to it and you do a little audit, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions, okay? Does your audience know you? Does your audience like you? Does your audience trust you? Know, like, trust. These 3 simple words have made an immense impact in the way in which I run my business, in the way in which I present myself to the world, and in the way in which I see my fan base. Because, y'all, these humans following you on social media, they're not just followers. They're fans. They are fans, okay? You need to think of them as your fans, and you need to curate an environment where people are going to be cheering for you, where people are going to be lifting you up, and you need to be their fan too. You need to be more interested than interesting. You cannot expect for everyone to give if all you're doing is taking. Your audience, they're fans of you. So be fans of them. Okay? In the process of doing that, you have to be relatable. What does that look like for you? It looks different for everyone. Look, I get it. Looks completely different for everyone. Being relatable is one of those things that's up for interpretation, and that's totally okay. But I really believe it's important to set yourself up for seamless conversations. When my team tells me, oh, AMQ, I just don't know how to invite. I just don't know who to invite. I just don't know what to say. Okay, are you hanging out with people that you want to hang out with? Are you hanging out in places that humans like you want to hang out in, right? I am plant-based. I'm a dog mom. I'm a cat mom. I am on a trying to conceive journey. I live in the city. I have battled and won. I am a warrior. Eating disorders on multiple levels of multiple kinds. I make sure I work hard every day to curate my orbit, my social media sphere with humans who are like-minded. Does that take work? Yes. But then that means that I'm setting myself up for more seamless convos. It doesn't feel ako taco when I slide into someone's DM and I ask them what their recommended prenatal vitamin for vegans is, because I share about being vegan. I share about my journey. So when people come to my profile, they know that that's a part of me. Okay? I want you to also remember that something about how you got here was because it was relatable. Something was relatable, right? Somebody shared something, or maybe you're a unicorn and you're a lead and that's how you got here. Fine. But many of us, we saw something in Beachbody. We saw something in our coach and our mentor. We saw something in somebody sharing something on social media that made us want to join them because they were relatable. What they were sharing was relatable. Okay? Whew. Y'all, ring lights, they might as well be sun. feels like friggin' Punta Cana in here. All right, so continuing. What are you inviting to? This is so important. Those of you who are on my team, you have heard me say this time and time again, and you're gonna hear me say it right here again. When humans go to your profile, is there evidence of whatever it is that you're inviting them to? For example, if this morning you were like, all right, I'm gonna drink my unicorn go-go juice, that's what I call energize, and I'm gonna get to work and send out as many invites as possible because it's Team Cup and we're in the last week and we are making it happen. We are changing some lives. And you send out 100 invites. That's incredible. That is so amazing. But those 100 humans, when they go to your profile and or your stories and or both, and you just invited them to your March accountability group, do they see anything about that March accountability group on your profile, in your stories? Do they? Be honest. Because if they don't, how is that making you credible, right? You're not giving yourself the opportunity to be credible if you are not telling humans who come to your profile what they can expect. Give yourself the credibility by just simply sharing what it is that you're doing next and what you're doing currently. It's not that hard. We complicate this so much. Talk about what you love about 9-Week Control Freak. Talk about how much you are enjoying working closely in a close-knit group of humans, other leaders who literally are lighting you up. And talk about how there's a challenge this month and you learned so much about yourself as a leader. Talk about what you learned about yourself as a leader, okay? Just share. That is our job. Our job is to serve and share, not to sell. We're here to serve and share. Serve others while sharing our journey. This is not just, hey, here's this and here's that and here's the challenge pack that happens to be on sale. No, we are here to serve the humans that we show up for. It's as simple as that. The main reason I say it's super important to know what you're inviting to is because you have to remember this. People don't know what they don't know, okay? So think about this. We're living in a global pandemic. We are living through a global pandemic where many of us, not all, but many of us are relegated to our homes. We are safe at home, right? Posting boomerangs of your Zoom screen when you have your team calls is incredible. But are you telling everyone what those are for? Are you telling everyone what your takeaway from that is? Are you telling everyone what you learned that day? Because if not, I'm going to be really honest with you. That Zoom screen, that boomerang of a bunch of faces on Zoom, it's pretty much everyone's life right now, right? So you need to differentiate what it is that you're doing from the rest of the world. And people don't know what they don't know. When you do a boomerang of your virtual gym in the morning, but you don't tell other humans who are watching you, this is my virtual gym. We have regulars who pop onto this virtual gym in the morning and we all do this together. We literally have this gym open 24/7. We have humans that are in the UK, the US, France, Canada, and more soon. We have people in all time zones. How amazing is that? No waits for machines, no wiping down machines, no weird grunting noises. Unless somebody's not on mute, obviously. But sharing that, people need community right now. But guess what? They don't know what they don't know. If you're just sharing boomerangs of your screen, they're not gonna know that they can join you. You need to let them know, hey, this is what I offer for my clients. Is this something you'd wanna do? And then be like, who wouldn't, right? I mean, who doesn't need community right now? Who wouldn't wanna join us? You know, seriously, who wouldn't? That's for another day. This is one of my favorite things to say. So some of you might have heard this one before. I'm not apologizing. I never apologize. I'm extremely unapologetic. Also something that you need to be along this journey. Oh, it took me a few minutes to start playing with my hair. Okay. This is something that I've worked really, 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 really hard at. Okay? And I encourage all of you to do the same. When sharing your journey and trying to find your ideal client and ideal coach, stop trying to be everything for everyone. Stop that, okay? Just stop. It's like that Reels. Stop. For the love of God, just stop. Just stop, okay? Just don't. Because you can't be everything to everyone. And when you try, you're just nothing to no one, right? What you need to do is you need to remember that you can't make everyone happy. You are not tacos, okay? I'm gonna repeat that. You can't make everyone happy. You are not tacos. And if you are in the small percentage of humans who doesn't like tacos and happens to be watching this, I don't know what to tell you. The point I'm trying to make is that you need to be okay with not being everyone's cup of tea. Okay? I'm more of a coffee drinker myself, so I accept that. And as long as you're okay with who you're showing up as, that's all that really matters. And you might be looking at me and you might be like, AMQ, easy for you to say. AMQ, you're confident. Yeah, you want to know what the easiest piece of advice I can give you to becoming confident is to just learn to embrace the things that make you you. Quick example. If I had to eat one meal every day, multiple times a day for the rest of my life, it would be tacos. My audience knows that. They also know that I love red, especially red lipstick. I have a red chair. I love leopard print. They know I have a dog and a cat, and I'm married, and I live in Toronto, and I like the outdoors, and I just had a cat who passed away, and I'm trying to get pregnant. They know all these things about me. I give them the opportunity to relate to me on some level. They also know that I battle multiple eating disorders, and I'm currently in recovery. These are all things. Do you think it was easy for me to share about my eating disorder? No. I did the hard work though. I did the behind the scenes work, and it got me to a place where now I show up, I share, because I know that it's going to serve somebody. Okay? So, I hope that resonated with some and or all of you. Obviously, the hope is that it resonated with all of you. And please know that no matter how boring you might think your life is, there's someone out there who wants to hear it. I promise. There is someone out there. And if you're thinking to yourself, I don't really know who I am, okay, this is what you're gonna do. If you need to go take some time after this, or if you're watching at work, bless your soul, thank you for catching it live, and you don't have time in this current moment, that's fine. Make it a point to this week sit down and journal out the things that make you you. What are the things that make me me? Okay, I like leopard print. Okay, I'm a mom. Fine. But I also want it to be description words, right? Descriptors of who you are. So being a mom, being a nurse, you're more than that. You're more than a Beachbody coach. Are you sassy? Are you stubborn? Are you resilient? Are you sensitive? Are you compassionate? Do you lead with love? Are you super organized? Are you a neat freak? These are things that make you you. And then remember that each of those points that you put on that piece of paper, you can make that a post. You can share that about yourself. You can post one of those posts that we see so many doing where it's like, hey, lots of new people on my page, I noticed. Here are some fun facts about me. Do we have anything in common? Use those facts to make a post like that, okay? So, once again, you matter. Your story matters. The world is a better place because you're in it. And you are you. That is your superpower. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything that you do. Please know that I truly believe that as coaches, we are an essential service in this season of life and always. And I am so proud, so proud to serve and share every day with all of you. So thank you for tuning in.